$500, $600 level. There we can enter. And the next move here for Bitcoin is a little bit lower. We will see really quick continuation to the top of the band. This will be the confirmation. Guys, welcome back. Sorry that this is a little bit late, but I had a lot of stuff to do. Let's directly jump in. Bitcoin is on the verge to do something absolutely insane, and we need to talk about this because I will show you exactly the next move for Bitcoin and some of the altcoins out there. So don't miss out on this really important update, and let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here once again. We jump directly into the DXY chart. The DXY chart is perfectly rejecting from the downward sloping support that we see here from this bearish bear flag that we formed here over the last couple of days, actually a couple of weeks. Now we finally broke below this. Again, guys, if we start breaking under the 100-point mark, expect Bitcoin to rally past $65,000, $66,000 once this is happening. So what I would like to see here for the next couple of days is, first of all, that we stay under this downward sloping support, could act now as resistance when we want to come up here, and that this doesn't turn out to be a Morningstar reversal bottoming formation. So by tomorrow we're gonna know, because tomorrow this next candle would need to pump here back to the upside, almost to like 101 points. And this is what we don't want to see. We want to see continuation to the downside with a follow-through candle and continuation candle here into lower levels. I'm not concerned about if we get just a small one, something like this here, just above the 100-point level. And then over the next couple of days, go here a little bit sideways before we then finally get the proper breakdown under the 100-point mark. About ZoomX, I'm really sorry. I will not draw two winners today because I talked to ZoomX today and told them, hey, listen, this back and forth between you and me and with the winners is a little bit chaotic. Chaotic. And it would be much better if they just sent me voucher codes that I can immediately distribute to you guys. So therefore, I'm waiting on an answer from them if we can do that. And once I have the answer, most likely by tomorrow, then I'm gonna draw two winners for this week, each $500. Again, guys, if you want to be part of this, then use the link in the description below. You need to deposit $100 to be eligible for that. And then everybody that has done this in a time period from today until they give me codes, if that's possible, will be eligible for the draw of potentially winning $500 that you can use on ZoomX. So go to the link below and make use of that while you can and while they are letting me giving away here $1,000 every week, because also this will come to an end at some point. Now, when we look at Bitcoin, everything played out exactly as we have it laid out yesterday. And then once again, I told you if we get here a bounce from the $62,500, $600 level, there we can enter. So technically you could have entered here this trade. You would be slightly up in a profit currently. Let's see actually how much of a profit you would be up if you would have caught it here. So on the high side, you could have made 3%, but currently we're sitting at 1.3% more or less, which is still fine. 1.3%, 10x leverage, 13%. I would not complain about that. And especially when we know where the direction overall is going here. Then on the weekly chart, also something really interesting developing currently, and that is that the current weekly candle is sitting above the middle band of the Bollinger Band. And I can tell you one thing. Once we're closing this weekly candle above the middle band, that will be the confirmation candle after the breakout candle that we had, we will see really quick continuation to the top of the band at $71,500. And this will come faster than you can look, in my opinion. So watch out for that. It might take another week or two to get there after we close the current weekly candle. But this here is a really, really good sign already for continuation over the next couple of weeks. Then on CoinGlass, I want to show you here now how big the divergence starts to get that we see here. So look at this. We have here spot volume massively declining, but we have leverage increasing without any major flushes yet, but this will change in my opinion. This will change. What you're gonna see is at some point leverage gonna flush, buys on spot gonna increase, and most likely price will either chop sideways, go down, or go up. So what the price does, I don't really know once this is happening. Usually with the leverage flush you get a small correction, but I think that will be, actually I kind of know what's going to happen. So we're gonna get a correction to the downside, so not as severe as I have just shown. Not even something like this here most likely. Quick down, but it will be a doji candle, which means we get immediately bought up again because of the spot buying happening at that point. And the candle itself, the candle body, will most likely close somewhere in the $64,000 area once this is happening. So quick flush, straight, and then quick move, quick back to the upside, candle closes above $64,000. This is most likely what's going to happen when this divergence is playing out here on the higher time frame. So then the 4-hourly chart liquidation levels, we have here also some indications that we move a little bit lower, and this comes from over leveraged long positions sitting below us all the way down to $62,000, all the way down to $64,000. Quite sure that we're going to see here one more flush, because yesterday's flush was not as severe as I expected. We went all the way down to $62,600, $500 approximately, but we did not touch the bottom of the EMA ribbon and not the 50 moving average. I still believe that this will happen here at some point over the next couple of days, and only then we will finally break above the $64,000 level and stay above that. So remember what I said yesterday. I said there is the potential that we're breaking above this, getting close to $65,000, but will get rejected from there and come straight below $64,000 again. And this is exactly what happened. And the next move here for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is here a little bit lower, back to like $62,500, $62,000, so that we get over leveraged short positions, and then we turn around and break $65,000 and will move in direction of $67,000 and $68,000. Also on the liquidation heat map, we see this scenario right now as the most likely to play out, because we follow the liquidity all the way down from $63,300 to $62,900. There's quite a substantial liquidity block that was accumulated here with long positions, and also straight below that from 62,000 almost 700 to 62,200. There's also now quite some liquidity sitting currently, and above us is not as much as we have below us, and also the liquidity sitting below us is closer to the current price action than liquidity that is sitting above us here at $65,000. So see here, we tapped here slightly into this, and because there are so many sell orders and take profit levels, that we immediately got slammed down back to the downside. So this will only change when we get another retest up here, but this retest will only come when we take out the underlying liquidity here. So be prepared for that. It's not the end of the world once it's happening. I believe some altcoins will actually be resilient to that move and not drop a lot. And then when Bitcoin is flying back to the upside, then they're going to get carried with Bitcoin into higher levels. On the 12-hourly chart here, daily chart. On the daily chart, on the correction chart here, also here you see we are still are above the green super trend here. As long as we are holding this trend, nothing really to worry about. We are now 213 days into this correction, almost 212 days. 212 days, yeah, almost 213 days into this correction. So most likely another week of boredom in Bitcoin, where we more or less move sideways in the worst case, and then finally get a really juicy pop by next week, Wednesday, Thursday. Here on this 12-hourly chart, we try to break out of that bull flag formation, which failed because of the resistance that is just above the breakout level at $64,700, but I just want to show you where the technical target is once we're breaking out, and this is here at $71,400. Remember guys, I just shown you this earlier. $71,500 is also the top of the weekly Bollinger Band. So again, we have a lot of confluence that we are going to reach this target here, and from there get rejected, most likely to around $70,000. But we need to break out all of that bull flag here. Again, if you want to trade this, you need a 4-hourly candle close above $64,140 to enter this trade. And if we get lower, or if we come lower to $62,600, that is your alternative entry. So in between, I would not enter this trade for the bull flag breakout. Then the USDT dominance. The USDT dominance has finally broken substantially into the underlying support level. We are now experiencing a small bounce here back to the neckline of that major support level. But as long as we are not closing above 5.49%, nothing to worry. Most likely also here we are getting by tomorrow continuation in direction of 5.35, 5.3% to the downside, which will again put buy pressure on the overall crypto market and will propel us into higher price levels for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and all the other coins that are out there. And while we're talking about altcoins, guys, don't forget I have gotten you back the $500 airdrop position on Bybit. You only need to deposit $100. And once you have done that, you can go to the reward center, claim your $500 airdrop position on any of these coins that are mentioned here, guys. And I want to explain you again, if you use $500 and you use 20x leverage and you have a trade like Phantom that I had given you a while back for free, you could have turned this into a $16,000 position, guys. It was really, really easy, and you only needed to follow the trade that I had given. I'm gonna show you here in a minute that this trade actually played out exactly as I had given it to you. If you would have traded with $500 on 20x leverage, you would have made $16,000, guys. So don't disregard a small amount like this, and especially if you only need to deposit $100 to claim an airdrop position on one of these coins here. So use the link in the description and in the pin coin below, and don't wait for it, guys, because this will end again, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it then one more time for you guys. So take advantage of it while it's there, because it's free money that you can trade with. Now, before I go into altcoins, let's talk about the Bitcoin dominance on the higher time frames, because also here I want to show you something. Here is a massive, massive rising wedge that has formed here since March 2022. So, and we are getting closer and closer to the upward sloping support here. I reckon, guys, once we're getting here to 57.12%, that we're going to break this to the downside. And remember what I said yesterday, once we are breaking below the 55.12 mark, this will be the confirmation that this rising wedge has broken down, and that we now go all the way down to the technical target of the falling wedge, at least to under 40%, like in every single bull market. Under 40%, you need to start to take profit on your altcoins, because this is usually where the top is for Bitcoin and the overall crypto cycle. So under 40%, you need to be really, really careful with your positions that you have. So I will start taking massively profit once we're hitting 40%, but we're still far away from that. Let's talk about this when we get there. Let's first get the breakdown here out of the rising wedge, because that will be the first major sign of the start of a bull run here in altcoins and a major altcoin season. But I will be personally waiting for the confirmation here at 55.12%. Ethereum also did exactly what we mentioned yesterday. We came here all the way up to $2,700, got rejected from there as expected. Now we potentially come back into the green zone here, which will most likely be your last opportunity to get Ethereum cheap before it starts to break out into way higher levels. The underlying support here of $2,575 and $2,550 should hold, and should also be your new limit levels, either to add to your current long positions or to get into a long position, because I can tell the next target is all the way up here at $3,200. Of course, not in one single day, but once here the stochastic has cooled down and the RSI is back around the 50% mark. On the 12-hourly chart, expect here a massive turnaround and a nice breakout to the upside. Then Solana also perfectly broke out all of that falling wedge pattern here that we have seen. We almost reached the target, the first target here at $155. Remember, I mentioned that we got all the way up to $153.92. From there, we got rejected. Now, I still believe that we are going to see continuation here. Maybe we come back down, let it come down to $148, $147. Then we have also here a small falling wedge pattern on the 1 hourly time frame. And once this is even a small bull flag, you can also call it a small bull flag. So if I take here the measurement for this, so this will bring us to $159.21 approximately, and then from there we get another rejection back to the downside. So if you want to trade this, wait for a breakout above $150.40. That's from where I would trade this. Or if we, for some weird reason, break this to the downside, then my next level that I would be looking at would be $146 and re-enter from there, or open a position from there if I missed this breakout here yesterday. Then the next coin is Injective. Our trade already perfectly working here from yesterday when I had given this trade. No, actually it's not working just yet. We're not in this trade yet because we're here on the daily chart. So here we need to be a little bit more patient. We are not far away from the entry. We are 4% away from the entry. Okay, 5.4% we are away from the entry. Still not that far away. With the stochastic turning around here currently, and also the MACD losing momentum, that we have here the possibility of reaching this, even if it's with a wick, and then bounce back to the upside, because we are dancing around the neckline of that W pattern here. So once this W pattern is breaking to the upside, then we have to enter at the neckline. There will be no other option then anymore. And the target will be almost $35. So also this is a massive target here to the upside. It does not really matter that much if we catch it down here or up here. It's just important that you get in. So of course, if we catch it here, we will make more money. But if it breaks first the neckline, we know where the target is, and then we trade it accordingly and take advantage of that. If you want to take advantage of something else, guys, then take advantage of depositing $100 and getting straight away $100 on TapBit. Also for this is a link directly in the description below and in the pinned comment below. Also an exchange that I'm currently working with. So there you basically double your money by just depositing $100. You immediately get $200. Also take advantage of that as long as exchanges are throwing around with free money. The next coin that we are looking at is still HNT, and we still wait for a break of this downward sloping major resistance line. The more aggressive one has already been broken yesterday. So you could have entered from here. You would have been slightly up currently. You would be up almost 3%, not bad. So 10x leverage, almost 30%. That this is already good money that you could have made here. But again, I'm not a huge risk taker usually, so I would wait for the break of $7.72 and enter from there and trade this then to around $9 or past $9. That's what I would do. But there's still some movement left to the upside. Could see a break of this downward sloping resistance line, then retest this, chop a little bit sideways around, and then get a pop to the upside. This is most likely what's going to happen if the RSI will turn around, because currently RSI is going to the downside, stochastic is going up, MACD is bullish, but we need here a small turnaround in the RSI to find momentum to break above that downward sloping resistance line. Then Telegram is disappointing, guys. We are playing here yo-yo, where we go down, straight back up. So it's $5.81 resistance is still really strong, but I can tell you, once we are breaking this, guys, you're also going to see a major pop here. And on the 12-hourly chart, we are setting up for this. So the MACD is about to give a buy signal. Stochastic is pointing to the upside. The momentum is definitely favoring here upside currently. And also here by the end of the month, mid-October, we are getting a bullish crossover on the 250 moving average, giving us a golden cross. But tomorrow, guys, really important, get into a small position right now on Telegram, because tomorrow Hamster Combat is launching on the TON network. Once they're doing this, everybody playing Hamster Combat will need TON for transaction fees and for all sorts kind of things. So expect tomorrow a pump in TON, because they're gonna need it like they needed Solana to buy meme coins. It's here the same thing, and Hamster Combat has over 1 million users accumulated in less than a month. So there's a lot of people that gonna keep playing Hamster Combat and gonna need TON for transaction fees. So expect definitely tomorrow a massive, massive surge here, potentially into the $6 level. This is of course not really TA related, but sometimes I'm also playing these kind of plays when I know about them. And this is one tomorrow where I'm quite sure we are going to see a nice pop here. So of course have a tight stop loss. I would set a stop loss at around $5.48 from current levels, which is like a 4% stop loss. But my take profit point is still here, the 200 moving average here. So this is definitely giving you a nice, juicy 12%. Yeah, so this is a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. It's definitely worth taking the trade in that scenario here. Then Rune is a beast, guys. This is just a beast, you know. So I actually met the founder by accident. I did not speak to him, but I saw him waiting for a taxi at Marina Bay Sands, and he was only on the phone. This guy is a workaholic, guys. You know, he was on the way to another event and was letting everybody pass to get a cab, because he was still on the phone talking about liquidity pools and all kind of things. You know, it's just running around while running on also around at the conference. So this guy is a true workaholic. I'm not surprised that the coin is pumping here, even though Bitcoin is not doing a lot. You know, so here we are just sitting under the current resistance of $5.07. Once that is broken, expect also here Rune to have a really, really nice pop here in direction of $6. You see here the RSI is pointing to the upside, but the stochastic is a little bit bearish. The MACD is bearish, but price doesn't care, keeps pumping. So don't fade Rune here. If you look for an entry from current levels, I would either enter at $4.91 if we get this, $4.91. And if we are not getting this, then $5.23, unfortunately. So this is the other level. I would not try to long here within resistance, and also not long any lower. Yeah, so the other level is just $4.49, you know, so where I would long from. If you want to be more conservative, but most likely you will not get this anymore, is $5.75. I'm pretty sure this is done. We will not see this anytime soon here again. So hence why I take here the previous low at $4.91 and then $5.23. These are the levels from where you can long Rune currently. Then HNT, we just spoke about this. So Phantom. So here, Phantom, guys, remember $500, $16,000 return. We got really close to the target here of 68%. We missed it by how much? By 6%. I still believe that there's enough juice left to reach this by tomorrow, after tomorrow. So if you would have taken the trade, you are right now banking crazy money with just $500 from the airdrop position. Hence why I'm telling you, go to Bybit, deposit $100, take the $500 airdrop position. I will give you other setups where we're going to make this kind of money, because this did not take a long time, you know. So I gave you this here 20 days ago. Within 20 days, you turned $500 into $16,000. Okay, most likely 22 days until we reach the target. But nonetheless, we got really close to it already. So you should be the position should be around $15,000 right now. Just saying, guys. Just saying. You know, don't fade this. We're above the 200 moving average. The 50 is pointing to the upside. So also here, golden cross on the daily is imminent. Maybe on the 12-hourly chart, we're a little bit closer. Yeah, here we just got this golden cross. Still, I believe at some point we will come back to the 50 to test this as support. But I believe also that the price will be much higher at this point. So most likely into October at some point here at the 60-cent level will be that retest. And from there we bounce and continue to move in the direction of $1. And this bounce here will be another massive, massive, massive opportunity for you guys. to enter here into Phantom and take advantage of that beast of a coin and to trade this to the upside. Otherwise, if we are breaking before here 72 cents, that is the other level where I would enter this. Otherwise, wait for a pullback to around 60 cents. And guys, that's it for today's episode. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more money tomorrow.